Good evening, all of you. Today we are going for some more topics of this sale by non-owners. Okay, yesterday we have discussed 4 points. Now we are going for fifth point. Okay, the fifth point is sale of goods when the goods are in the position of the seller. That is, the goods will be with the seller only, and the seller he will decide to whom to sell. That is the fifth point that we will come across. Sale by seller in position after sale. Okay, sale by seller after position after sale. In position after sale. When a seller having sold goods continues to be in possession of the goods and sells them either himself or through a mercantile agent, a person who buys them in good faith gets a good title. Okay, that is the seller he will have the goods with him. The seller he will have goods with him. There is no necessity for the seller to bring those goods from some other person. He will have the goods with him, and he will always concentrate to sell the goods to the buyers, either by himself or by his agent. Okay, and when he sells the goods either by himself or through his agent, he will get a good title. That is the thing that we'll come across. That is, in this context, I want to explain you. Sale by non-owners. Okay, actual seller is one person, and the other person he will sell the goods. When he sells the goods, and when the buyer is not taking over, and he wants to keep the goods with the seller only. Okay, that person who sold the goods already, he will go away because he is not an owner of the goods. But when the actual seller, when the actual owner of the goods, when he comes and when the goods are with himself, then what he will do is, okay, without notifying this sale, already sale, then he will sell the goods by himself or by his agent. Then automatically the seller he will get a good title because the actual owner of the goods are the seller. Next, sale by buyer in position after having bought or agreed to buy the goods. Okay, this is the sixth one that we come across. You see, the purchaser or the buyer, he will purchase the goods from a seller. And this buyer or purchaser, if he wants to sell the goods, he can sell the goods. Or he can go for agreement to sell. In this context, I'm going to give you an example. Suppose if you are taking a commodity, say for example, a refrigerator from a shop, you'll get the refrigerator, and along with that, they'll give some coupons. And the coupon will have a number, and they'll say that, okay, sir, we'll take draw, and when your number will come in the draw, we are going to present a car. Okay. So actually the buyer, he don't want to keep the car, and he want to dispose of that, and he want immediate cash. So what the buyer will do is, okay, whether it come or not, who knows that? God only knows. But all of a sudden, unfortunately, if the buyer, if he got the car in the price, in the draw, as price in the draw, then immediately he'll take the position of the goods. He'll take the car. And before taking the car or after taking the car, before that only, he will enter into another contract for sale of car, who is ready to pay the money. So he will take the delivery of the car, and he will bring that, and immediately he will keep that for sale. Okay. Or he will enter into an agreement to sell. That is the thing that you will come across. When a person having bought or agreed to buy goods obtains with consent of seller possession of goods and sells them either himself or through an agent, the buyer who acts in good faith gets a good title. You see, you may ask me, sir, what is this? Why you are telling like this? This is quite but natural. Say, for example, if I take by seeing these advertisements in the newspapers or magazines, I'll go and I'll purchase a commodity. And those people, they will take into account my cell number and they'll give me a coupon. And if I ask them, why you are giving this coupon? What for? Sir, we are going to take a draw. And when you got any prize in the draw, we are going to give that. Okay, fine. I'll take the coupon and I'll keep the coupon with me. And there is no 100% belief that we'll get the number in the draw. Suppose, unfortunately, or by bad luck, I'm not telling about good luck place, by bad luck, if I got the draw, if I got the car in a draw, okay, they'll ring up to me and they'll ask me to come and take the gift. Okay, fine. Before that, I'll see. Is it so essential for me to take that car or whether I had to go for money? Because I badly need in now I'm badly in need of money. So when I'm badly in need of money, what I will do is what I will do with this car. Okay, what I will do with this car. If I sell the car, I'll get good money. So what I will think is I'll go to the shop and I'll take the delivery of the price, whatever I got, and immediately I'll keep that for sale. And this thing I'll inform to the seller also. Look, brother, I require money. I don't want the car. I require money. If you are going to take, you please give the money, or else I'm going to sell that to any other person. I myself I'll sell, or through my agent I'll sell, because I'm in badly need of money. I want money, but not the car. So like that, when I do this, automatically I'm getting will get a good title, and no one will object. Why you are doing like this? What for? Because you see, they told that they are going to take a draw, and in that draw, if my coupon number if it comes, they are telling that they are going to give a gift of car. And by bad luck, to my bad luck, okay, in the draw I got the car. So I'm the owner. Because though according to those people's terms and conditions, I am the owner, I mean, of the car. Because I got that in the draw. So it belongs to me. And it is none of your business. It's none of your business what I'm going to do with the car, whether I'm going to break that or whether I'm going to keep that or whether I'm going to dispose of that. It's my wish. I can do anything. So as I'm in badly need of money, I don't want this car. What can I do? I cannot keep the car on my head. If I sell the car, I'll get money as I'm badly in need of money. So everyone they'll come. Everyone they'll come forward to purchase. Suppose if no one came, I'll go for agreement to sell. Those people who are interested in purchasing of this, they'll come to me and I'm going to give that to those people and I'm going to take the money. So there, the buyer will get a good title. Don't be of the opinion that the buyer won't get. The buyer will get a good title because it is his property, boss. It is his property, the buyer's property, and he can do anything. He can break that, he can burn that, he can sell that, or he can keep that. All these things, it depends. And if any person arises, sir, you got this price, and the seller is okay, fine. Okay, I purchased something and they told that they are going to take it raw and whatever it may be the number, whatever it may be the coupon number, okay, they are going to give a price. I didn't ask them. I didn't beg them. Those people only, they openly told that. That's why they had taken the information and whatever information they got, they had taken from me. I have given that. So naturally, the objection from the seller, there won't be. And another thing is, moreover, I'm giving, I mean, whatever gift I got, I'm asking those people only to take. And I'm asking them to pay the money. I don't want to keep. First of all, I asked the seller, and he said no. Then I can sell that to anybody, whomever it may be. If not the seller, to some other ex person. So then I'll get a good title. Okay, this is the explanation for that. Okay, let me give an example for this. A purchased some furniture on hire purchase. The ownership will pass to him on the payment of the last installment. A sold furniture to B before paying the last installment. B having purchased in good faith obtains a good title to the furniture. Yeah. But I had taken the furniture. Say for example, if I'm A, I purchased furniture on hire purchase system. And I'll be the owner after payment of the last installment. And before paying the last installment, what I did is I sold the furniture to Mr. B. You'll get a good title. And I have to pay the last installment. Whatever it may be, the amount that was paid by B, I can pay the installment. Thereby, I'll become the owner and I sold that. That's how there is a matter. And B, he will get a good title. And no one can object, Mr. B, that you are not the owner. He is the owner because I sold a asset I had taken on hire purchase system. And before payment of last installment, I just sold the vehicle to B. And he is ready to give me the amount. With that amount, I'm paying. What those people, what they hire vendor wants is, okay, he wants the last installment. When I pay the last installment, automatically the ownership will transfer from the hire vendor to the hire purchaser. That is myself. So when the ownership, when it is coming to me, I can do anything. I can do anything. I can sell that. So this is the thing that we will come across. Okay. The last point is sale by an unpaid seller. Sale by an unpaid seller. An unpaid seller who has exercised his right of lien resells the goods, the buyer acquires a good title to goods as against the original buyer. Yeah. An unpaid seller. Who is an unpaid seller? Person who is not paid any amount. The seller who is not paid any amount, we'll call him as an unpaid seller. So what he will do is, he will take lien of some goods from one person. And okay, he will take some goods and the other person, he has to pay the amount. And but that amount was not paid to the seller. And when the seller, when he wants money, immediately he will sell that to any other person. So thereby he will get money. And that money he can take. And the buyer who is buying, buying, he will get a good title than the original buyer. Because he didn't pay that amount. He didn't pay the amount. And this seller is nothing but an unpaid seller. The payment was not done to the seller. So whenever the payment is pending, we'll call him as unpaid seller. So the unpaid seller he won't keep and he don't require. Okay, the commodity. So what he will do is, he want money, he will be paid. So what he will do is, he will sell that and immediately he will get the money and automatically he will be happy because whatever amount that he has to get, he got that. So the person who is purchasing the goods from the unpaid seller, he'll get a good title rather than the original buyer. This is about sale by non-owners. And after this, we are going for a important topic that people they must understand. Of course, you people, you are observing this in your daily life. And this thing, it is very, very important. This is also one type of sale price. And that thing is nothing but auction sale. Okay, when you go for temples, or when you go for old properties like buildings, old buildings, like that, old ornaments, old, okay, jewelry, all these things. People they'll keep that as auction. And whomever they swing a higher bid, he will be the owner. And from that person, they'll take the money and they'll give the property to that person. And in this auction sale, it is nothing but an open sale. One thing you have to keep in mind is it is nothing but an open sale. Okay. And that sale is also not between two persons. Some number of persons, before some number of persons, the sale will be. They'll show the property and they'll fix a price. Okay, they'll fix a price and they'll ask the people to sing. They'll go for the bidding. And whomever they give a high bidding, that property will belongs to that person. That property will be given to that person and the person has to pay the money. So like this, you'll come across auction sales. Okay, the best example is when you go for Ganesh Chaturthi. Okay, here in Hyderabad, and not only in Hyderabad, in other places also, they'll keep the laddu for auction. For example, Khairabad Ganapati's laddu, Balapur Ganapati's laddu. They'll keep that for auction. They'll manufacture that and they'll pay that. But they must get their money. Those people, they must get the money. Okay, they cannot eat the complete laddu by themselves. So what they will do? They'll keep it for auction. And whomever they go for high bidding, then automatically that person, he has to pay the money and the laddu will go to that person. And the sellers, see the peculiarity, they don't want to observe what the buyer is going to do, whether he is going to eat the complete laddu or whether he is going to distribute that laddu. It's none of their business to the sellers, because they, whatever it may be the sale, whatever it may be the amount that they got, they will take that. And whatever it may be the work and after the sale, it's none of their business. So it is nothing but an auction sale. In this, the sale will be between so many people, and whomever will give a higher bidding, they will be given the product. So this is very, very important topic when we go for sale of goods act. And don't be of that opinion that all the goods they're suitable for auction. Only some commodities, only some goods, they are meant for auction sale. Not all the commodities. You cannot keep all the commodities for auction sale. Okay, so only some commodities only you have to keep for auction. For example, when you take into account the saris, when you go for goddesses temples, okay, at the end of 1 year or an auspicious day, they'll take into account the saris offered by the devotees and they'll go for auction sale. And whomever they give the higher bid amount, they will get the saris. They will take the money, that's all, there is a matter. And then they'll decide whether we got profit amount or loss amount. That is a different issue. That is a secondary issue. But thing is, whether we got the money or not, immediate money, That is encashment of the products. Encashment of the products, whether we came across, okay, or not. They'll take into account. That's all. But what they are doing after this auction sales, it is none of their business and it is not the rule. Okay. So that thing we are going to discuss today. Auction sales. A sale by auction is a public sale where different intending buyers try to bid out each other the goods and that are ultimately sold to the highest bidder. The auctioneer who sells the goods acts as an agent of the seller. Agent of the seller, auctioneer, the person who is participating in the auction sale. We will call them as auctioneer, and he is nothing but an agent to the seller. That is, one person he will take that, and this person he will act as an agent. And what he will get some commission because he is acting as an agent. So when he is acting as an agent on behalf of the seller, he will get some commission and the remaining amount will go to the seller. And the commodities to the person who had given a higher bid amount, he will get that. So this is one way of sale. The proposed auction is advertised and printed catalog of goods with the terms of sale is circulated on the appointed date and time. The intending parties assembles and the auctioneer displays the different plots and invites bids from the buyers. Every bid is an offer. The auction goes in favor of the highest bidder. The highest bid is accepted by the auctioneer in a customary manner. That is, by the fall of a hammer for 3 times or by using of words 1, 2, 3 or by using words going, 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 gone. So in this way, you will come across the auction sales. So for that highest bidder, when you come across the highest bidder, the auctioneer, what he will do is, he will strike on the table 3 times. And after third time, there is no chance for any person to go for the bidding. Okay, before striking 3 times the hammer on the table, before that only he has to go further after that. Okay, suppose if hammer striking is not there, then he will go for, okay, by using the words 1, 2, 3. Okay, before this third one, before third time, you can go for, you can continue the bidding. But once 1, 2, 3 is over, then it's over. Or going, going, sometimes people they'll say that going, 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 gone. Once the word gone, it was uttered by the auctioneer, there is a matter. There is no further question of auction. The auctioneer knocks down the lot to the highest bidder constitutes the acceptance. Any bidder may retract his bid. The auctioneer at this discretion reserves the right to refuse the highest bid. Okay, so before this, okay, you have to react. When you have to react, see, the auctioneer, he won't say that, he won't give immediately, he will wait. He will wait. And when no other person, when he comes, when he won't react, then only the goods will be given to the person who had gone to highest bidding. So suppose if any person, if he interacts, then automatically, okay, the auctioneer at his discretionary power has the right to refuse the highest bid. Okay, this is rules. Where an auction sale is made in lots, each lot is a prima facie deemed to be the subject of a separate, okay, contract of sale. Prima facie, at the face out. Prima facie means at the face out. Okay, so you'll keep so many lot of goods, and each lot we have considered as a separate contract of sale. You should not take into account all the lots, and you should not think that it is nothing but an auction sale. Every lot is nothing but a contract of sale. Okay, every lot. So you have to take separately all the things. And all the people, they must know whether it is an auction sale or sale. Auction sale is nothing but an open sale, as I already told. You will come across so many buyers, and before so many buyers only the sale will start. So that is most important. The sale is complete when the auctioneer announces its completion by the fall of hammer or in some other customary method. Until such announcement, any bidder may retract his bid. Okay, unless otherwise, okay, it will be a big problem. Okay, whenever you strike that table 3 times before that, or whenever, whatever it may be, the customary method, okay, for this auction, stoppage of auction, before that, any bidder may retract. Okay, any bidder may retract his bid. But after that, after striking the hammer 3 times or after the completion of the customary method, manner, okay, it is not treated as an auction sale. A right to bid may be reserved expressly or on behalf of seller. Okay, express or on behalf of the seller. See, suppose if the seller is not present and if some person, if he came, some representative on the on behalf of the seller, if he comes and if he participates in the auction sale, okay, they won't take into account whether he is a representative or the seller him or the buyer himself. Okay, the thing will go. A right to bid may be reserved expressly or on behalf of the seller. In case the seller is not notified, in case the sale is not notified to be subject to a right to bid on behalf of seller, it shall not be lawful. Suppose if the seller, if he won't agree for this auction sale, without the notice or without the intimation of the seller, you cannot go for auction sale. Unless otherwise the seller won't accept, you won't come across any auction sales. This is the thing that people they have to keep in memory or keep in mind. You have to take the permission, you have to take the consent of the seller that we are going for this auction sales. Okay, then only the auction sale will go, then only it seems to be very lawful. Otherwise, it is completely unlawful. That's the thing. In case the sale is not notified to be subject to a right to bid on behalf of the seller, it shall not be lawful. Okay, so this is the thing that we become. And another thing is, a sale by auction may be notified to be subject to a reserved or upset price. The seller can fix a reserved price in order to protect himself against knockout agreement. Yeah. One thing, see, when you are keeping this goods for auction sale, okay, the seller he will fix a price, and over and above the price fixed by the seller, you can go for bidding, but you should not go below the price fixed by the seller. And why the seller he will fix? Okay, in order to eliminate himself from, okay, against knockout agreement, in order to safeguard himself from knockout agreement, he will fix the price, and any bidder, they have to go above the price fixed by it. Okay, I'm just telling that in Telugu. Okay, ఆప్షన్ సేల్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడమ్మా వాడు ఏం చెప్తారంటే ఈ వస్తువులని మనం ఆప్షన్లో పెట్టాం. ఈ వస్తువులను ఆప్షన్లో పెట్టినప్పుడు దేవుడి పాట అని చెప్తారు. దే విల్ సే దేవుడి పాట. దేవుడి పాట అంటే ఇట్స్ నాట్ దట్. ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ఫిక్స్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ప్రైస్ ఫిక్స్డ్ బై ద సెల్లర్. Okay, it is a price fixed by the seller, and whomever they want to go, they have to go higher than this price fixed. ఎవరైనా పాడుకోవాలంటే దేవుడి పాట కన్నా ఎక్కువగా పాడుకోవాలి తప్పించి తక్కువ పాడుకుంటే అవ్వదు అని చెప్తారు ముందుగానే. So this thing you must understand, and it is very, very important rule. If the seller makes use of pretended bidding to raise the prices, the sale is voidable at the option of the buyer. Suppose if the seller, if he wants to confuse the customers or confuse the buyers or bidders, okay, that when I keep this for auction, okay, people they'll go for higher amounts, higher bid amounts. So thereby I'll get things done. Thereby I can get more money. Like that, with that opinion and with that option, he should not go. Whatever it may be, the auction sale that you want to keep, he has to fix a price and to the highest bidder in the auction sales. You are supposed to give this. It is not a gymnastics or it is not a jovial thing. No, that's what. Whatever you want to keep in auction, you must be very careful in keeping the ornament or in keeping the property in auction. Because once sold means you cannot retrieve back. Okay. Don't be of that opinion that I'll get good amount or better amount and or higher amount. And after that, okay, no, I don't want. Okay, like that you should not say. So when you say like that, it is nothing but a completely avoidable contract on the part of the buyer. If he agrees, okay, fine, well and good. If he won't agree, it will become a void contract. So that's why the word they use voidable at the option of the buyer. At the option of the buyer, okay, it will be a voidable contract. And here, no one should influence the buyers. No one should influence the buyers by coercion or by some other means. You should not create fear among the buyers. He must go for auction sale, okay, at full of heart, that is open heart. He should not be stressed. He should not be compelled. All these things they should not be. He has to come with clean heart, that is without any frightening. You must come. There should not be any influence, bad influence on that buyer. He must come and he must participate. He can participate. And one more thing is, okay, you should not condemn or you should not prevent any buyer, okay, not to enter into auction sales. Okay, like how other people they came, in the same way you have to go. That is, in one word, I can say that whether you may be a rich person, whether you may be a prince, or whether you may be a pauper, okay, you can participate when you are having that strength, when you are having that power. Okay, even a pauper can participate in it. Okay, you should not say that you are a pauper and how can you enter into a auction sale. You are at liberty. This is only a public sale, not a secret or a private sale. This is a public sale and anyone they are eligible to participate in that. When a group of persons form a combination to prevent competition between themselves at an auction and arrange only one of them will bid and that will dispose of and that they will dispose of anything so obtained privately among themselves is called a knockout, and is not illegal by and is not illegal, but if the intention is to knock out to defraud it, a third party is illegal. Yeah, what is this, sir? You see, some people they'll come together and they will come together, they'll form a group, and from the group they will select one person and ask him to enter into an auction sale. Suppose if that person, if he got the auction sale, then the people and the members in the group, they will pay the amount on the behalf of the person who participated that, and after taking that they can share that or they can enjoy that. and it is not illegal. It is there, this thing. In auction sale, it is a public. You can go individually or in a group wise manner, you can go, you can participate. So after getting the commodity, after getting the goods, they can share among themselves. The group members, they can share. It is not an illegal. Now, what is the illegality that we will come across? In order to defraud a third party, you should not do this. You should not enter into an auction sale in order to defraud a third party. Okay, so that is also an important thing that we have to note down. These are nothing but the illegal things that you will come across when you go for defrauding a third party. This is about the auction sales. And after this, we are going for one more thing, dimpling. So what is this dimpling? It is an illicit act degrading the intending purchaser from bidding by pointing out defects in the goods or by doing some other act so that the intending party is not in a position to have proper estimate or saving. Okay. Saving. The intending party is aware by some other device. Okay. Here, this is a part and parcel of this auction sales audit. Dimpling. So what is this dimpling? The dimpling is nothing but an illicit act. Okay, bad act. Okay, degrading the intending purchaser from bidding by pointing out defects in the goods or by doing some other act. See, when a participant, when he is participating in this auction sale, the others, they must keep quiet. If they want to go for bidding, they have to go for bidding, but they should not pinpoint the defects in the goods or do some other, okay, illegal act or unlawful act. So that the intending party is not in a position to have proper estimate or saving, the intending party is aware by some other device. So he cannot do anything, because when some people, when they are showing the defects of the goods, how a person can stay? He will give importance for this group of people who are pinpointing the defects of that. Okay, it is not one person place. If one person says, okay, fine, this man is not in a good condition, this man is not is jealous, that's why he's pinpointing some goods, some defects in the goods, like that, you can take. But at the same time, when some people, okay, not one person, but some people, when they pinpoint the defects in the goods, automatically it seems to be that it is true. Dimpling is illegal and entitles the auctioneer to withdraw property from auction. The auctioneer were selling the goods impliedly undertake the following to sell. So when you come across dimpling, okay, dimpling is nothing but an illegal this thing, and entitles the auctioneer to withdraw the property from auction. He can take back. He won't continue the auction. Okay. The auctioneer was selling the goods, impliedly undertake the following to sell. What are the things that he has to take? Warranties that he has authority to sell. He has to show the warranties. Warranties that he does not know any defect in the title of goods. That thing also he must. Okay. Undertakes to give position of goods against the price. Undertakes to give position of the goods against the price, whatever it may be, the price that was given, that was quoted, he has to give the goods. Guarantees the quiet position of goods by the buyer. Okay, guarantees, he has to give guarantee. These are the things that we'll come across in this Sale of Goods Act, and with this, the Sale of Goods Act came to a conclusion. And in the next video class, we are going to take into account some important topic. So until then, have a nice day.